Hey, what's good people, man? It's the Health and Wellness Dread, yeah man. I'm hoping by the end of this video, you'll never look at words the same again. You know, we take for granted that we can, we can read, write and talk. But we never look closely at the potential damage or power that words hold. One of the things I learned when I used to work in a special needs school was how a lot of the young people there were non-verbal. And so you had to use a different form of communication to communicate with the young people. Whether that be, in the eyes, body language, a smile here and there. And it really made me humble myself because we just flippantly just flick out words, at a drop of the hat, and most times they're negative words. But in this school, we had to use a different form of communication. But it made those young people so special because at the end of the day, words are quite surface in the sense that they're powerful, but they only reflect what's going on in the inside. So they're the extension of that. But these young people had to use something far, far more powerful. Sometimes, in fact, oftentimes, it's actually better to say very little, if at all. Because you're guarding one of the most important and most powerful tools, which is the tongue, which is the word to use. I'm sure the Bible says life and death lie in the power of the tongue. I'm paraphrasing. But that just shows you how powerful the tongue is, that we just flippantly and what we don't realize is that even when we use our words to attack someone else, ultimately they're coming back to us. Why do I say that? Because the words you choose are based on your own outlook and how you see the world. I'll give you an example. If you go to a cat and start calling that cat names, sooner, and the cat's going to ignore you, because the cat, it means nothing to the cat, and rightfully so. But sooner or later, you're going to start using words that are more reflective of how you feel about yourself than the cat, because you're getting no response. So what we don't realize on a subtle level, whenever we're using words to attack people, to gossip, to make people feel bad, we're actually directing those words and bringing life to those words back to ourselves. And remember, we're not even talking about the inner voice that we talk about in terms of how we talk about to our own selves. When we say, I can't do this and I'm only that and, I'm no good. We don't realize that we're giving those words form and life. When I used to work in a primary school, there was this little girl who, she would wear these thick blue rimmed glasses and chubby girl. I was the kind of teacher that when I saw the children, I always had a big hello for them. And with the little girls, I'd always say, hey, beautiful. And it was no different with this young girl. I'd say whenever she was, I think about 6, maybe 5. And, when she came into class and parents dropped off, I'd say, hey, beautiful. She'd say, hey, Mrs. Fidel. And I'd continuously keep saying that to her, hey, beautiful, hey, Mr. Fidel. And I began to notice that she would get her whole body language was beginning to change in terms of how, she was more likely to put her hand up to ask a question. She was more likely to be more confident in how she moved with her friends. And I don't know whether that was a coincidence in terms of how it was landing on her in terms of the words, hey beautiful, hey princess, all those kind of words. And then when I eventually left the school, it just so happened that she was on the same road as me. And I got to know her parents as well. And I saw her and I said, hey beautiful, and at this time she was about 9. She said, hey Mr. Fidel, but her whole body language was completely different. Now I'll never know whether or not those words, constant encouragement and constant positive feedback, made that difference in terms of how she saw herself. But I could bet that it did play some part, because ultimately words are so powerful that it's better to say nothing than to talk. That's why when you look in the movies and you see either powerful evil characters or powerful good characters, they're people of very few words. And the fact that they say less is what makes them appear more powerful. And maybe that's teaching us something about being very selective and very wise how we use our words. I mean, the mere fact that we've got 2 ears and 1 mouth obviously means that listening is far more important than talking. And going back to those young children who are all over the world, in different parts of the world, who are non-verbal, who don't have that gift of talking, and they have to use a different form of communication. Let's not use our words. Let's not take our words for granted. And even more so, let's not use words that are going to destroy either us or the other person. And choose to say nothing rather than something that comes out of our mouth that we're only going to regret later. It's a gift to talk, and sometimes we forget that there's people that can't. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, man. Health and Wellness Dread, aka the Platinum Bearded Dread. Signing off. Oh, don't forget, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. We can do this again. Yeah, man.